Welcome to Black Tie Kitchen. My name is Dennis, and in this episode, we're going to make this traditional recipe for an Irish soda bread that turns out beautifully delicious. We need 3.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, half a cup of sugar, 1 cup buttermilk, 2 eggs, half a box of raisins, 80 grams, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and a cast iron pan or pot. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crack these eggs into a bowl. And we're going to lightly beat these. Once this is beat, we're going to add it to our buttermilk, or we're going to add our buttermilk to the eggs. And we're going to mix this very lightly. We just basically want to combine it. We're going to set this aside. So here we have our flour, and we have 3 cups here. We're going to have a half a cup separated, which we're going to use to basically knead and flour our pan and stuff. We're going to combine our sugar, our baking powder, our baking soda, and 3/4 teaspoons of salt, which is probably about 2 or 3 pinches. And we're also going to add our butter. Poof! What we're going to do is we're just going to combine this with our hands. The best tools you ever have is your hands. And we basically want to combine so that the butter disintegrates. But you want the butter to be chilled so it's not going to be soft or melted. Now we're going to add our raisins. Mix that up. Now, make a little hole in the middle. We're going to add our buttermilk mixture. Now leave about 2 tablespoons because we're going to use that in the end to basically cover the bread so it has a nice little color. If you've never used buttermilk before, it's disgusting. It's chunky, it smells sour. And we're just gonna mix this. So the reason this recipe doesn't call for yeast is because the baking soda and the buttermilk are going to react and basically cause it to rise and get enough air in there to actually make it kind of breadish. This aside, we're actually got some flour a cutting board, and dump this out. We're going to knead it a little bit, but not too much. A little flour on top. It's the importance of flouring a cutting board so stuff does not stick. So that's good enough. We don't, like I said, we don't want to knead this too much, just enough to kind of get it a little bit going. Remember, flour your hands. So we're going to take our cast iron skillet, or pan or Dutch oven, whichever it is you want, whichever it is you have, and we're going to basically coat it with flour. And you want this to be coated well because you don't want the bread to stick like it did to our cutting board, as you saw. Go ahead and be pretty liberal with the flour. And this works best in an iron skillet or pot. If you don't have one, you can use a baking sheet and just place it in the middle. But I highly recommend the pot. So we have our dough here. As you see, I'm kind of throwing it into a ball. I'm going to place this in the middle. Basically pound it down. And an important step is you have to cut across into it, or it's gonna basically not cook evenly. Just take it, right it down the middle, and across. If you have a razor blade, that works just as good, because that's actually what bakers use. It's this nice little contraption thing. And now with this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the buttermilk egg mixture that we had before. And we're just gonna cover it. It's basically taking the place of an egg wash. So this is gonna go into a 350-degree oven for anywhere between 50 and 60 minutes until nice and golden brown. So let's put it in the oven. So we've taken it inside of the oven and it's been resting for some time. This looks beautiful. So let's take it out. Now this is still hot, so we have to be a little bit careful here. Woo! All right, let's pop this puppy out. Come on. All right, we're just gonna pop it this way. Boom, look at that. That looks beautiful. Put this over here. This looks incredible. Let's cut it. Now, Irish soda bread is more like a cake. It's not so much a bread per se. But that, wow, that looks insane. And this is still very hot, but holy crap. That is very good. Some butter. That's incredible. This will probably last about a day before it starts to go hard, but if you can wrap it in aluminum foil or saran wrap, stick it in the freezer, use it the next day, reheat it, unbelievable. Traditional Irish soda bread. My name is Dennis. Thanks for tuning in to the Black Tie Kitchen. Until next time, leave your comments, check out the description, ingredients, everything down below. Like and subscribe if that's what you're into. And until next time, eat well.